No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm doing an interview with Kissa Sins. And as we were just discussing, the circumstances are kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be sucking your right now, I think.
Right, yeah. So we were supposed to be filming an episode of Plug Talk today. I know that my girl has been looking forward to working with you for a long time. She likes you a lot. I was excited to do the scene as well.
I was excited.
Seeing you right now, you look better than the last time I seen you too. So, you know, I feel like if anything, you're improving in value. But then my girl used some makeup cream.
Is that what happened?
Yes, and now her whole face is exploded. She looks like a, you know, I'm not even going to say it, but she does not look like the prior ethnicity that she was. She kind of looks like the Elephant Man. I'm not going to lie.
It's pretty bad.
So
she's still cute though.
She is still cute. Yeah, I'm going to give her that for sure. But and actually, to be fair, today her face is starting to look normal. She kind of looks like a human being again today.
Still suck.
What are you doing tonight? Late night? I don't know. She might not be down. Anyway, I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
And I'm glad that you wore like a thumbnail-friendly shirt because I've watched some other interviews with you where you were wearing like a hoodie.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of thinking like, come on, Kissa, like, do you want this to not get views, or do you know, like, wear a fucking good shirt? A good shirt will take you far when it comes to views.
Yeah, clickbait, man.
And but honestly though, if you wear like a crazy enough shirt, YouTube might not like it, might not make any money off it.
So this is like a good compromise.
I honestly think it's pretty solid. Nicolette Shea. I couldn't get that one monetized.
Yeah, well, I could imagine. She's not a monetized.
Just the boobs.
She knows it.
They're too big. Like the thumbnail, like they couldn't even fathom it. Yeah.
Well, you have nice boobs too, so.
What do they call them? Moobs?
They look good in that shirt.
M00BS. Yeah, no, actually this is my second Jesus shirt in 2 days. Like I had a package from some other company yesterday, and I had like a Jesus shirt, and so I wore it. And then I opened up another package today from Half Evil, and boom, another Jesus shirt.
You seem really religious.
I'm not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go.
I was actually just thinking about how, because there's like an older poker pro that I was thinking about interviewing, and I was thinking maybe I would put makeup over the upside down cross on my face.
Maybe.
I just think he would probably. Like, I think that could ruin the interview if he were to see that.
I think it's cool. I think that's my favorite tattoo of yours.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, you haven't seen me naked. Or I guess you probably have.
Yes, I have. I've sucked your dick before.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. To be fair, before it seems like too cool that I don't remember that, or that I didn't.
Yeah, you're so fucking dope.
But no,
right
but
now.
It was like 40 seconds.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
It was like very brief.
It doesn't count. Does it count?
Oh, yeah. Because I remember thinking, like, damn, because I was like brand new to, you know, I had been hanging out with some porn girls for a little while, but I was like really in it. And I'm like, wow, I just got like a quick Kissa Sins blowjob in this apartment. That's crazy. I didn't even nut or anything. I don't know. It must have been painful driving home after that. All right, let's do a little bit of the early days. Where are you from? Tell me about your early life.
I'm from Pasadena, California.
Oh, okay.
I was born in, I was not, until I was about 12. Well, that's not true, actually, I just lied. I moved to Canada when I was young and lived there until I was 12. And then I was a horrible child, so I got sent back to California to live with my dad. Okay. So it was like a divorce situation.
Horrible how?
Like I was just the worst. Like I did acid and like got all my tattoos and I was like 13 and I was just a crazy bitch. Wow. And well, there's a lot of abuse. Like I don't know if you want to get into that sad part, but like there's a lot of abuse as a childhood. So then once I was 13 and I found drugs, I was just like, fuck this. I'm like sick.
Really?
So I just did drugs.
But so you discovered those in Canada or when you got back to California?
As soon as I got sent to California, I did acid and all the things like my 13th year.
And who was getting you into it? Just local
my
kids?
My friends. Like I always like to hang out with like the shitty people, you know, like the fun people.
Right.
The bad guys.
You were just interested in having a good time, basically. Is that how you would characterize it?
Yeah, like anything when you're doing something wrong just feels like fun. And I like to have fun. I don't care what the consequences are.
I had a lot of that in me as a kid too, for sure. And when I look at young people who are like focused on studying to get into a good college and they're doing sports and everything, and I'm just like, fuck, like what is it in you that has made you just be so well behaved and so focused when I couldn't bring myself to do anything when I was in high school besides like exactly what I wanted?
Yeah, well, that's great. That's fucking great. Like, didn't we make it? We made it.
Yeah, it worked out for us, but like most people, like my mom used to always tell me, she goes, Adam, you're gonna end up in prison.
Have you not been to prison?
No, but like just based on my mentality, she was just like, this is not how the world works. Like, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do.
She was wrong.
Well, but as a person who owns a business, yes, there are a lot of things you're gonna do that you don't really like want to do in the moment.
It's true.
I guess as like a pure adult star, there's less of that. Well, no, that's not true.
Yeah, that's not
because you got to show up and do it.
But still,
no matter what.
Still, fuck the government. It's fine.
Big anarchy sign on my face. All right, so 13, you start getting crazy with drugs and everything, and then what?
And then I was like in and out of juvenile hall. I got my nickname Coyote. You know, it's like my Instagram handle, all my stuff when I was a juvie.
Right.
Like I was just like a little shithole.
Why did they call you that? Were you running people back and forth from the border?
That's what everyone thinks. But no, it was because I guess they, like, little Mexican gangsters in juvie named me that because I could either run with a pack and like blend in with a bunch of people and be really social, but I'm really actually an introvert. Like, and coyotes are like that. They're solitary animals, but then they're like pack animals too. I don't know. I felt like it was really deep.
I feel like that's a very intricate nickname to get in juvie. I feel like in juvie, it's more like you have a scar on your face, so they call you Scarface. Or like you're short, so they call you Shorty.
Yeah.
That's a pretty deep nickname, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
What is your ethnicity?
I'm Russian and Italian. Okay. I'm sorry.
But were the Mexican kids like kind of claiming you as one of their own?
Yeah, I hang out with a lot of Mexicans like growing up, and like I grew up in San Gabriel Valley in California.
Okay.
Just like a lot of Mexicans, and yeah.
Right. Okay. So what were you getting into juvie though for?
First for just running away and like stupid shit, and then like possession and GTA and stuff.
You're stealing cars. Well, like your parents' cars or random cars?
The first car that I ever fucked up on, it was a mistake. I bought a stolen car by mistake because I was, you know, when you're 15 and a half, you could get your driver's permit or whatever you call it. And I was like brand new and stupid and on drugs. And I bought a Acura Integra, a 91 Acura Integra.
For how much?
For like, I don't even remember, but I thought it was a great deal. I saved up.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't that bad. I was not that bad, but then I got pulled over and it was stolen. And he had like faked the pink slip or whatever you call it.
Right.
But then I had like drugs on me, so then I went to jail for that. And
yeah, that's a really good way to get ripped off these days. Even now, like if someone will hit you up if you're selling your car online or whatever, and they'll come and they'll give you a cashier check, and then the cashier check is fake or some shit like that. Like people still get got like that constantly.
Still?
Oh yeah.
I'm not the only stupid one.
No, I watched the whole YouTube video about this guy I know who got like that. Like somebody came all the way to his house, acted like befriended him, all this shit. And then it was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Just took the car.
Well, imagine how happy that guy was. A 15-year-old idiot showed up. He was like, yes, this is.
Yeah. Like they're never going to pick me up for what I'm doing here. Yeah. Were you having boyfriends all through high school and stuff? What was your dating life like?
I had a long-term boyfriend from like 15 till 21.
Oh, wow.
So I actually wasn't a slut until I got into porn.
And he was a great guy? What kind of guy was he?
Yeah, he was a cool dude. Well, I mean, he was a bad boy, and we got into a lot of trouble together, but we still talk like ever since. And he really loved me. We loved each other. It was like our first.
So you don't have a bad review of your boyfriend that you had when you were 15, which is usually people's review of their 15-year-old boyfriend is pretty bad.
No, I've actually had really good. I've only had one kind of shitty boyfriend, but he wasn't that shitty. He was just whatever. I've had a really good. I don't know. I seem to find good people in my life somehow.
Right. That's good.
Despite all odds.
I think part of it is because they want to bang you.
Well, maybe that'll work for me.
They want to bang you so bad that they become a better version of themselves.
It'll work. I'll take it.
Okay. So then, do you graduate high school?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I only finished freshman year.
Okay. And then what are you doing? You're just running around like in the streets? What were you doing?
Then I became a raver. I was a raver for a really long time and just went to festivals and had fun and just like what you were saying, like just doing exactly what the fuck I wanted all the time. And it always worked out. I did always have a job. I'm a very good worker, you know, despite all the other stuff.
What kind of work were you doing?
My first job, I was a manager at Togo's. Remember Togo's? The sandwich kind?
Oh, yeah. I still see it, right?
Like, yeah. It's like a Subway sort of.
I have never been there or thought about going there, to be honest.
It's good. Well, I'm not sponsored.
That's a chain, though, that like you move from the East Coast and you see it and you're just like, no.
Yeah,
no. I'm just never going to find out what they have to offer.
Yeah, and I was a manager at 16, so if that tells you anything.
Wow. Okay. Can we get the AC up a little bit, too? It's kind of hot in here.
It is hot.
Okay, so when you were raving, what was the actual lifestyle like?
Basically like Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and then sometimes Sunday in San Diego, we would just go and do like lots of ecstasy.
Right.
And just stay up all night and
just
have
ecstasy,
fun.
or are you mixing with other drugs?
I used to cook ketamine.
Oh, wow.
Oh, should I not say that?
No, you definitely said that. Actually, I know a guy.
Yeah, we used to cook it. Like, I don't know why we'd go down to TJ and get these like vials of, the K we liked was called Anisket.
Because you can just buy it from the pharmacy,
It was
$10
a vial. And then you'd go home and cook it. And it would turn into this much ketamine, and then you could sell it for like $20 a bump at a rave. So we were just, it was fun.
And it's like, how inexpensive is it in Mexico?
$10 for a vial.
And then
those vials.
So you could like 100 or 200 like, extra money.
Who knows? Yeah, and we didn't keep track of any of it because we're all doing it as well. But we made a fucking ton of money.
Wow, yeah. Because whenever like I was just in Tulum maybe a year or so ago, and I seen like testosterone, Valium, like all the pain pills, like all the pharmacies just list off everything they have.
Yeah.
I didn't see ketamine. Maybe they got that under control. I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
So was there ever like an abrupt stop to the raving life, or were you just wilding out?
I guess when I got into porn, I guess is when like I stopped because I couldn't be on drugs and then look good the next day, and I guess that kind of got it out of it. Porn was actually really good for me.
That's interesting because so many people think, like whenever I'm talking to random people, they think that porn is just like everybody getting fucked up and filming. And I'm like, I'm sure there are girls who are fucked up on set, but and I think I can think of like 1 or 2 times where I suspected that the girl might have been on something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no. Because
really.
when you're on drugs, you can kind of tell. Like,
and you're just not into it.
If I'm watching a girl get fucked off Xanax, A, not good for the scene, and B, I'm 100% going to know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
that's just dangerous. It's so scary.
I think it is like a positive thing.
Yeah, I can't even smoke weed before a scene.
I don't.
And I'm a stoner, but I can't. Like, I'll just be all giggly and fucking weird.
One of the only times that I had a hard time getting hard was because I fucking faced a blunt with the girl right before the scene.
You're like, you want to just like eat snacks?
No, I just like my fucking dick just didn't really seem like it was working. I got it done, but it wasn't easy. And normally it's really easy, so that was traumatizing. Okay, so are you getting into porn though? The tale goes that you just emailed Johnny or messaged Johnny Sins out of the middle of nowhere. How did those go?
Okay, so I was with a long-term boyfriend at the time. I'm a long-term relationship person, and I had just gotten out of it, and I really wanted to bang someone, but I was like, he was my third boyfriend, so the third person I ever slept with. So I just wanted to fuck someone, but I wanted it to be like a good dick. Like I didn't want to waste it on like a little one, or like, I don't know. I used to think that like dicks would like be stinky or something.
Some are.
Like all the time. I don't know what I thought. Yeah. So I wanted to like have a good quality dick if I was going to do it, you know? And I was on Instagram, like back before DMs even. Like this is how old.
Because I heard it was in the comments.
Yeah, it was
on
in the
an Instagram
comments.
post that you guys were going back and forth. Yeah.
So I was like,
I remember that too, when you'd be trying to holler at a girl and like praying they don't see your phone number in the fucking comment. Yeah.
Like everyone could see, including your girlfriend.
That was real. But so you just figured this is the guy, like, which I actually think is really smart because a lot of girls don't know what it's like to get like really high quality dick.
Yeah, well, like to get railed properly.
And if you want a 100% guarantee, then you might want to dip into the porn industry because these are people who do this for a living.
Yeah. And like I didn't know people's names back then, but I recognized him as the bald Brazzers guy. Like I was like, I know that guy.
Right.
And so I hit him up and tried to have my first one night stand, and I like slept over, like inseparable ever since. We went to Mexico for 6 weeks, like a month later.
So it's just immediately you guys hit it off like crazy?
Yeah, because we're so opposite, you know? Like if he was here, I'd be super shy. He's really quiet. He's like a nice guy, and I am not.
Because a while back, I remember watching you guys on Logan Paul, and...
Oh, I was so stoned.
Okay, you were stoned?
I had taken no, not 1,000, maybe 150 milligrams of edibles before because I didn't really want to go on that podcast. Sorry for saying that publicly.
Sorry, Logan. Yeah.
Sorry, Logan.
I'm sure he's fine.
But I don't know. I just took a bunch of. I was just like.
But you're like one of the few porn stars that made it through before they stopped interviewing porn stars because they don't do it anymore. I heard.
I don't know if I said anything.
I remember watching it. And like my interaction with you was like this like 40-second blowjob, and then I remember seeing you at the expo one time at the AVNs, and you were like super full of life
like
and
hyper.
energy. So when I think about that time I saw you and the 40-second blowjob, tons of energy, super like charismatic. I immediately was like, oh, I could totally tell why that girl's a big name in porn. Like, because a lot of times it's like the looks is one thing, but the personality will really be what like pushes somebody.
Energy is a big thing.
100%. But then I watched that episode and I'm kind of like, A, I'm not seeing that energy that I was talking about. And B, her and Johnny seem like a weird fit in this episode. Like, I'm baffled that this relationship works out. Did anyone else say anything?
I fucked up. Yeah, everyone said something.
Oh, okay.
All the comments were like, what is she on? And I'm just like,
right.
I mean, I had fun.
Yeah. But okay, like right when you meet him, like what would you say are the things that brought your personality together? Because my observation of him, he seems like a incredibly nice guy.
Yeah.
He seems like kind of a simple guy.
Yes.
Like he's not like voicing crazy opinions left and right.
No.
He seems really happy.
Yeah.
He like seems very content.
Yeah. He's very, very, very chill.
Yeah.
Very chill. And when we first met, like I thought that he was going to be, I guess I had a preconceived thing of porn stars, especially porn men, that he was going to be like arrogant. I don't know what I thought. I was wrong, but like I was a total newbie. I didn't even know what webcamming was. Like I was a prude. Johnny was the 5th person I ever had sex with.
Wow.
And then, yeah.
And was it everything you hoped for in terms of
it was
being
epic, yeah.
A
it
grade?
Was like hurting it. I remember that my pussy looked like a baseball at the end. Like I had gone to the bathroom and like the pussy lips on the inside swelled up so much that like there was no hole left, and the outside was like it looked like a baseball, and I was like, yay! This is what I'm a size queen.
A baseball in like the fatness, or are you also talking about like the red stitching?
Like. I don't know. You couldn't even see it. It looked like a fucking monster.
But was his dick that much bigger than all the other dicks you'd encountered in your life?
Well, my first boyfriend, the other guy, he had a big dick too. But like, not only does Johnny have a big dick, but he'll like rock your ass out, you know. And
right.
I was like a civilian girl, so I think that he really like was like extra trying.
Because I know some girls who shot with him fairly recently, and I just saw that they uploaded the video to Twitter, and it's like hour and 45-minute scene of me and so and Johnny Sins, and I'm just like. If me and Lenna shoot a scene with a girl and it takes 35 minutes, we think of that as a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I mean that's like a nice solid
scene.
That's a good sexual experience. Hour and 45 minutes. I'm like, holy fuck, you're insatiable. Like he you know what it is? I feel like certain porn guys, they really want to get not their money's worth, but like their time's worth. Like if I drove here and I showed up. We're just gonna get 2 hours of footage. Like, why would I drive all the way here to get a half hour of footage when I can get 2 hours of footage?
Yeah, exactly.
And I wondered sometimes, like, do the fans want 2 hours of footage? I don't really know.
I don't know either. When I watch porn, I skip ahead like crazy. Like, I'm just basically, it's just like.
Whenever girls are talking about like their porn skits in front of my face, I want to laugh at them.
What's a skit?
I'm like the intro.
Oh, I can't do this.
I want to laugh in their face because I'm like I've been watching porn my whole life. I've never seen one.
Who's watching those?
I don't know.
Like Brazzers people love those fucking intros.
But you think their fans love it though, right?
They do. Yeah, they do because they're so interactive in the comments on the Brazzers fans really run. Like Brazzers really listens to the fans because they're really interactive.
Yeah, see, I don't want to like be presumptuous because to me, when I hear girls talking about like the acting part, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But I mean, clearly, it's the same thing with me. Like, I don't know why anyone would want to watch incest porn.
Yeah.
But it's huge.
Oh my God, I'm the same way.
I gotta accept it. Like, okay, it is what it is. It's big.
I've never heard anyone else say that. I'm not against it or anything, but I just don't like. I don't really want to fuck my mom that badly.
No. If that had never been suggested to me, I never would have even thought of it. Like, why the fuck would I want to see that? My family are actually the last people on earth I would want to have sex with.
For every reason imaginable.
Yeah, so many reasons. I have so many good reasons. Some of them are male.
Yeah, some of them are assholes.
Elderly.
And it's all bad.
Yeah.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't get it. But so, okay. You're in the bathroom staring at your face after getting
my vagina.
After this 2 hour fucking.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I was so happy.
You're like, I want more.
Yeah, I was so fucking happy about it.
Really?
And then I like slept over and like that was it.
What's the biggest differences between you guys personality-wise though?
Probably everything. Like we agree on like most things, the important things in a relationship, but he's very shy and very, like you say, he's not opinionated. He's just like a go with the flow kind of guy. And he's a really good person. And I'm just opposite
let me
of
ask
that.
you, is he shy in everything besides sex?
Yeah.
And that's where he sort of comes alive?
That's his only time that he can like connect with other people because he doesn't have many friends in a way that like he just not interested in that type of stuff. So I think the way that he has human connection is with sex, and it's the only time that he's not nervous because. Like he'll walk in, he's all fucking buff. He's got a big old dick.
He knows this is the thing that he's better than damn near everybody at.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I feel that. Because sometimes that's how I feel with podcast shit. Like I'm really good at this, but then I'm in the bar and like people want to talk to me, and I feel like this is the same fucking thing I do on camera, but I don't know what the fuck to say to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cute.
So Johnny Sins is like, I could fuck the shit out of you for 4 hours, but the small talk, I don't know. I don't know.
It's so weird. He's like, hi, nice to meet you.
Right.
And he's like, all crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was how it went at first. Like, how does it start to seem like, oh, we're actually in a relationship? We're not just fucking one time.
I guess it kind of felt like that for us both immediately. Like, we were really inseparable after that.
Really?
Yeah, and that was almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he was living in Hawaii at the time?
No, he was living in Northridge at the time.
Oh, okay.
And I was in Pasadena.
All right. And so did you guys end up moving in soon after?
Yeah, we went to Mexico, and then we moved. I moved to Vegas because I was still like a prude girl. I was running restaurants and stuff. I used to be a wedding planner, and I was working like 70, 80 hours a week, and he was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna fuck off to Mexico for a month, or I'm gonna take this day off. Like he had such a chill schedule that I was like, I'll never do porn. Like I didn't judge porn, but I was like, I could never. But after a while, I was like, I should probably do porn because you have such a better schedule. So we moved to Vegas together because I was a stripper.
Okay.
Which I was awful at.
And you wanted to keep stripping regardless of the porn thing?
Well, I hadn't, I guess, sorry, I explained that wrong. Okay. Like first I went to Vegas to become a stripper as like I'm not going to do porn, but I'll do this, you know? Mm-hmm. And then I was the worst stripper that's ever lived.
Why?
Cause I'm more of like a dude. Like I would get there. Like first of all, I got the job and I had never put makeup on ever. So I had to like put all this eyelashes on and all this stuff. And then what I would usually do at the strip club is sit down and like have a conversation like the way we're having. And like I would buy my own drinks and then just sit there all night. It made me feel gross to be. I don't like the feeling of that.
I don't think that I could go to a fucking room and just have to be nice to people that I don't actually fuck with.
Yeah, and they're mean to you, and they're like always trying to like. I just felt gross and taken advantage of, I guess. Yeah. So I lost a lot of money.
Okay, but all right. So from early on, is there any level of jealousy with you and Johnny? Like you're like knowing that he's just going and filming with other girls. Is that bothering you?
Well, on average, Johnny says that he can count on one hand how many times I was jealous out of like. I don't know, he fucks 30 girls a month for 10 years. So it's usually not a problem.
But in the beginning, was it more of a problem or less of a problem?
Yeah, the first time he ever went to work, I cried and it was sad. But then I processed it and it was just like a job and I get it. And you know what it is really is that Johnny makes it the easiest it could possibly be. Like his reputation in the industry is that he's the most respectful guy. He never tries to get at the girls. He like comes in, he works on his laptop. He's really quiet. And so I guess his reputation helped me, you know, because it didn't feel scummy or sleazy. It felt like he was going to work, and that was him, and he loved it.
It probably helped that he was already doing it for a while before you met him too. So it's kind of like, oh, this is how I fell in love with you.
Yeah, I can't just like walk in and be like, can you change everything?
Right.
and then it became hot, and then I became getting. I got close to some of the girls, and then that really became fun. Then I used to send like notes with him for some of my favorite girls. You know, like I love you, like I hope he makes you come today. And
right.
So then it made it fun, and then we started having threesomes, and then I really like just got turned out.
Had you hooked up with girls before this though?
Yeah, I did. I had a girlfriend when I was 18.
Okay.
So I've always like I might be gay still.
Right.
So yeah.
But then did you get like really enthusiastic about hooking up with him and other chicks?
Yeah, like I fucking love having threesomes. Like I just like devour women, and I really love women and the most, but I need a big dick as well, you know? So the dynamic of it, and so then it just became like this fun thing. Did
you guys ever have a conversation early on of like, I'm fucking other girls, but you're not fucking anybody else?
Well, at first I was only fucking Johnny.
Right.
He was my only dick for 3 years.
But did he mention that, or was that just how it was?
Well, at first I wanted it to be like that because I like to feel like if I could have one good dick and 1 million girls, that would be my ideal like situation, basically. Like that's all I really care about. So I liked being like I like to be a good girl. Like I liked that I was like his special one and like you go do whatever you want and stuff like that. But then after 3 years.
And that's 3 years of you shooting porn with him as well, right?
Yeah, for browsers and everything. Like I would only use him. And then after a few years, I got bored. Like I wanted to, explore. So that's when I signed a deal with Jules Jordan.
Was that a conversation with Johnny, or?
Yeah, it was a decision we made together.
And did he have a hard time with it at all, or was it?
He regretted it after.
Really?
Yeah, because he thought, like, logically, I feel like jealousy, when you look at it really logically, makes no, like, you're like, no, I get it. Like, you're going to work. It's fine. Like, logically, I get this. I trust you. But then sometimes jealousy just happens anyway, Like, yeah, of course he was jealous.
Because, all right, so from my perspective as a person who's on a lot of porn sets, there is a weird dynamic about it where, let's say you're my girlfriend and you're going to work and you just like literally walk into the room, boom, you do the scene and then you walk out. That's not actually how it is. A lot of the guys, not all the guys, but a lot of the guys are walking in the room and they're grabbing your ass and they're making out with you and smelling your hair, which, to their credit, this is, from their perspective, this is how they get warmed up for the scene. Is like, instead of just going straight into doggy style, you're going to, feel each other out and try to get comfortable with each other. A lot of times the guys are doing that, maybe not even for themselves, but because they want to just get the girl comfortable and stuff like that. And that's the stuff that, all the little extras that sucking the guy's dick for 20 minutes to get him hard because he's having a hard time. All that stuff is what I think. And he being in the industry, he knows all about that shit. There's no hiding it. He knows exactly how it is. Is that like some of the stuff that started to...
Probably, really? Yeah. I think so.
Interesting.
And like just coming home and just like destroyed. Because Johnny's also like a very like nice vanilla performer, and I'm just not. Like I'm a fucking crazy bitch.
Really?
So I'd come home with like cum in my eyes and like I would take a shower and everything. And I was respectful, but like, yeah, it was a lot. So like, oh, hi, honey. Like...
It's interesting because I feel like if you're going to be a porn boyfriend, you have to either be good at like compartmentalizing it and just putting it out of your head and not thinking about it, or you have to like it.
Yeah.
Which
I'm sure be super into it.
Right. There's some guys out there who, if you come home and your fucking vagina is leaking cum, they're going to be turned on by that.
I wouldn't like that.
Not a huge percentage of guys, I'm guessing, but there are guys who like that shit.
Yeah, but you're totally right. Like if they're into it, then that's like the only safe time, Like there'll be jealousy unless you're like a cuck.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want someone to want that either.
But were you guys like that in your private life too? Would you ever fuck dudes together?
No,
not that he would be
never.
fucking the dude, but
no.
Right.
I've never even had a threesome with a guy with him.
Really?
He's done one DP in his life, I think. And he won't even do like orgy scenes if there's another guy there unless he gets a girl and they get their girl. Like a boy, girl, where like imagine me and you, and then they were fucking, but we don't switch.
Please,
She's
no.
like, leave me out of it.
Laura's like, I've been doing this shit for all these years, and finally you're gonna put me in this scene with Josh. Okay.
She's like, what do I do to you, Kissa?
She's like, I've been helping you for all these years, and you're gonna make me fuck Josh. Okay. Off this topic. Right. Yeah. But okay, what do you think it is? You think he's just like very like gay phobic, or is he just that's 100% not his thing?
It's not his thing, and he's definitely not gay phobic because we've talked about it a lot where he almost wishes that he could be gay, like he's like, oh, it's just so freeing, like girls are so fucking difficult to bang them and you have to court them and the whole thing, but like gay dudes, like I have a lot of gay friends and they'll be on Grindr and it'll say like, oh, a guy wants to suck your dick 15 feet away, and they're just like looking, and then they go to the bathroom and they bang. So Johnny's really like jealous of that aspect.
And when you think about that, monkeypox makes perfect sense. Yeah. No, but all right. I remember I one time I was with a girl. We were at the movies. We're in Long Beach, and we're looking for like a bar that we can go get some drinks at afterwards. Right? This is 10 plus years ago, and we see that there's a bar. We kind of like realize on the way that it's a gay bar, but it's like, whatever, I'm with you. We'll just go in and get some drinks or whatever. And we go in there, and it's like almost closing time at a gay bar in downtown Long Beach. And these motherfuckers are in. I seen 5 hairy ass fat dudes in a conga line just dancing with it. I was like, what the fuck? And just something about the energy, and it's like I'm picking up on the energy as a person who's not trying to fuck a dude, but I'm picking up on it like, I've never been in a room like this where there's so much mutual wanting to fuck each other going on, because
openness.
My whole life I've been going to bars and shit, and it's like, to get a girl to give you her number is difficult. To get a girl to kiss you is like fucking extremely difficult, and all things considered. Never mind sex. you walk in the gay bar, these dudes are dying to fuck each other.
Yeah,
it's a very different thing. Yeah,
yeah, it is awesome.
And if all you care about is making money from porn, then of course you would want to be gay because there's just more work you could do.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yep.
They should have like a brain surgery that turns you bisexual.
Good idea.
You think they have that?
Johnny would sign up for that immediately. He would die though. He'd for sure.
But what if it fucks up some other shit in your brain too? Like all of a sudden you don't like frosting anymore.
I think he'd take it.
Or like
it's a good deal.
Yeah, fuck frosting.
Frosting, that's the thing you thought of.
I mean, just anything. Like what if it just like crossed some other wires as well? I don't know. Okay, but so once you start shooting with other guys as well, were you like how many different experiences did you have with that? And like I don't know, like just what was different about shooting with these guys who don't really like know you or have a reason to treat you a certain way? That's like you're kind of strangers in comparison, right?
Yeah, it was really weird. My first couple scenes, like I signed with Jules. I signed a really big contract with Jules, so I got to pick everybody, and I knew a lot of the guys, but it was really fun because it was a way to explore my sexuality and like be a crazy whore, but I also felt safe, at the testing, and there's other people in the room, so it's not quite awkward, like I love when there's a camera when you bang, because I feel like it's more comfortable, like the pressure, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like it's less awkward.
You like the camera?
I like the camera.
I don't think I would even know what the fuck to do if there wasn't a camera at this point.
Yeah,
I haven't had an off-camera threesome in so long.
And like we might as well film it, like fuck.
Yeah, because I feel kind of guilty when like the girl's sucking my dick and I see that the cameraman's like pointing the camera away. He's like changing a setting or something, and she's like, still sucking my dick, and I'm kind of like, all right, like if we're not doing this on camera, this is not right. I'm in a relationship.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah, I mean, you're
such a good person.
It just feels a little weird because I had to shoot one episode of Plug Talk without Lena one time.
Oh, how was that?
I mean, it was fine. But
so are you only work with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I really, obviously being single, I'm sure is fine and dandy, but I don't know. Like I just feel like it simplifies the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Like she's like my partner in it. I've never had to shoot without her, besides that one time. And it just, I don't know. It was fine. It just felt, I don't know.
You felt
like I was cheating. Felt kind of weird. Like I enjoyed it.
You're so cute.
But knowing she didn't want to hear about it after.
Oh, God.
She didn't ask about it. Just kind of acted like it didn't happen. She's since had like conversations about it where she again acknowledges that she just kind of tried not to think about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's what I mean. It's like she logically knows, but jealousy just still creeps in. It doesn't matter. It's just such an internal, like human feeling. It's like not tribal.
Because my girl used to get drunk when we have threesomes, and then like something would set her off a little bit. She'd be yelling at the girl or something, or not yelling at the girl, yelling at me.
Yeah,
for sure, yelling at me.
Well, just getting in her feels that's hard.
Yeah. Well, especially like you think, I'm gonna get drunk and that'll make me comfortable, and then it's actually like no, you get drunk and then you get like weird and more jealous about random things.
You're crying like, and another thing.
Yeah. You had a little bit of that, but then at a certain point, it's like just sort of like I think it's like being an assassin.
Yeah,
it's like you get into the game, you kill your first person. It's probably tough. You killed 20 people. I mean, shit. It's like what's one more?
You're just like fuck it.
Yeah, that's why when people are like, "Oh, don't you feel bad about shooting with 19-year-old girls?" I'm like, not if they shot with 20 fucking dudes before me. I mean, it's like
she got gangbanged yesterday.
What worse is gonna happen? Yeah, for sure. Okay, but so you kind of discover that you like doing all this other types of stuff. Did you ever have any regrets about going off and doing content with other guys when it did impact your relationship?
I mean, yeah, I guess to a certain extent, but like Johnny even says that since he's met me that I'm the most sexual person he's ever fucked, which is like a big compliment coming from him.
Right.
So I think that I was destined to do porn, and explore, and I felt bad, I guess, a little bit, but I put up with a lot, and we're all good now, so I think it was worth it.
Has the relationship been consistent this whole time, or you guys ever take breaks?
We took a break.
For how long?
I moved 2 years, but we were still like talking all the time. It was mainly because I quit. Well, I didn't quit, but I took a break and I went and traveled the world alone by myself because I was gonna do that right before I met Johnny. And then the one night stand thing failed. So then I never went to do my world travel. So then once I was working with other guys, like I was living in Hollywood, he was living in Vegas. That's when we took a break. I traveled the world for a year, came back, the pandemic, we were separated, but only because I was living in LA. And then.
And he was in Hawaii?
He was in Vegas.
Oh, okay. So you just didn't really get to see each other
we lived in Hawaii
much?
Twice. Once a couple years ago, 5 years ago, and then we're back now in Maui. I bought a house.
Right. I mean, what is life like out there?
I fucking love it.
I love it too. It's
like a very good introvert life.
Yeah, if I didn't have to constantly be dealing with people like on camera and shit, I would love to fucking live out there.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I would love to retire out there.
It's so chill.
If everyone I knew died, then I would definitely move out there. But as long as I have like connections with people, I feel like I can't just go be alone out there.
No,
I don't know.
it is hard. It is hard.
It does get kind of.
Well, I don't get lonely, but I like import a lot of people. You know,
you fly people out to film with.
Yeah, or not even film with, but I really like it because like I'll be alone for like a week or two, and then some of my friends like from all over the world, you know, from my travels will come for 2 weeks, and then it's all chaotic and hectic and fun, and then they fuck off, and I get my alone time, and then people come, so it's perfect.
Right.
And I grow all my own food, and I'm like one of those people. I grow mushrooms and like all my vegetables. I'm a loser.
Right. No, does that bring you a lot of happiness though at this point?
Yeah, like all I want to do is cook and garden.
Really? That gives you the most pleasure?
Yeah, I cook all day.
Have you made like a stupid amount of money with porn so you feel comfortable just gardening?
Yeah, kind of do nothing.
Really? That's the danger with porn. Is
I know.
You might have fucked enough at some point that it's kind of like, maybe I don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah, and all the residuals, and I'm totally enabled by that. But it's
really?
fine. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I watched a video that this guy made about Johnny and you, and he's basically putting out this narrative that Johnny gave you your entire career, and that then you fucking basically like betrayed him by shooting with other guys. And he even talks about being at an awards thing, and you walk in with Marcus Dupree. He's got his arm around you, and he's basically like using your relationship as a cautionary tale to explain why
women.
I mean, yeah, like basically like showing how if you're a man and you give a woman too long of a leash, she's gonna fuck you over, etc. Do you agree with that narrative?
No, not at all. Like, first of all, I helped Johnny a lot. Like, Johnny did all his work himself, but I'm an SEO person and I'm really into marketing. And I started a blog when we first got together that had like 1 million viewers a month.
The blog was doing that good.
That blog, I killed it.
Forgotten era, because people just like forget how important blogs were at that time. Yeah,
and it was hard. And like, I really painted Johnny in a different light that made people like we created something together, and it's not that he wasn't popular. I'm not trying to take credit for it, but I helped the whole thing, and we grew and blossomed together into this thing. And then we decided that I was going to shoot with other guys. Like, come on. Also at the same time, it's like he wanted me to make the money, right? Because what do I do after a while, you know? So I made all kinds of fucking money, and we grew together. I never betrayed him. People have this weird narrative I like cheated on him. Even he's banged like 10,000 girls since I've known him, but I cheated on him.
Girls I know.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
But okay,
people are so mean to me. When we took our break, they were bullying the shit out of me.
So the break was public?
The break was public.
People knew that you guys were taking time apart, but you never officially.
My whole life's online.
But did you say we are broken up, or did you say we're taking a break?
We're taking a break.
Okay.
Because we were always taking a break. It was never like, I think we always knew we were going to get back together. Like, we texted every single day. We were just kind of doing it. I kind of feel like when you're with someone for 10 years and you take a break like that, but you still talk, it's like, he's just giving me the freedom to go travel and like, let's do our thing, you know? We never lost touch with each other. And I never cheated on him. Like,
it seems like such a mature thing.
Yeah.
To be able to say, listen, you do your thing for however long you need to do it, and then we'll reconvene and get back to our relationship. I mean, I feel like 99% of relationships aren't strong enough to be able to withstand that.
Yeah, and I think that really made us stronger, you know? And it was fun because we both kind of wanted to do our own thing and go fuck other people, and like, but we always were afraid that we'd lose each other. So then once we had that agreement, like, okay, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, but you're not mad, right? And we're like, no, but are you mad? Like, no. Like, okay, cool. So then it's like was really perfect to go travel and just do whatever, you know, and not worry. So yeah, but yeah, there was a horrible narrative about me.
Right.
It was sad.
Yeah, but okay. So let me ask you this: when you guys were having that break, if he sees you on your Instagram story with a guy that he knows well, someone he's actually friends with, is that way different than him just seeing you with some random guy that you're shooting with?
Probably, but I don't really like have a big like amount of guys that I hang out with. I do fuck male porn stars for like content and stuff.
Right. When I say hang out, I mean fuck for content.
Oh yeah. No, he doesn't. I mean, unless he doesn't say anything. He's also very quiet and nice, so maybe he bottles some things up.
What about you though? You see him with a hot new chick every day.
Yeah.
Does it ever get to you? Like, is it
not
ever?
Really. Especially not now.
Right.
Like 10 years, I'm like, go, like, fuck.
What if he was fucking some super ugly chick?
I get more mad about
that. Would piss you off?
Yeah. I'm like, Johnny, like, you could do better than that. Like, for fuck's sake.
Okay, but what if he's fucking the hottest girl you ever seen in your life, and in the back of your head, you're like, I could never measure up to her. She's so beautiful. Like, does that emotion potentially arise?
Yeah, at the beginning, I used to have stuff like that because I would be like at home and feel like he just came from this set with this perfect person. And then as I got into porn and started shooting more, I realized that none of these girls are perfect. Like even the most perfect looking girl online, you meet him and we all have our fucking things, you know?
Or I mean,
this fucking girl,
she might be a great person. She might be the hottest girl on earth, but if you don't get along, you don't get along.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's a huge factor. Like me and my girl have shot with girls where physically, I thought they were smoking hot, like unbelievably hot. But then when we're talking about them later, my girl has 0% jealousy because she knows that personality-wise, I probably never want to talk to that girl again, or at least like, you know, we're cool, but I'm not gonna fucking call her or some shit.
Fuck that. Yeah, and Johnny's really like that too. Like Johnny always says he'd rather bang a 5 that's fun than a 100 that's like, oh, I'm too, everything has to be perfect, and they're not into the sex. So
there's a lot of things that can make sex good or bad that I think are really underrated. Like the actual, like, the feel of the vagina is huge.
Is it?
Some girls don't know how to move. Like some girls, like, not even that they don't know how to move, but they don't have the right chemistry. It's like, you ever dance with somebody that you have really bad like chemistry with?
Yeah.
I've had sex like that plenty of times where it's like you just can't figure out a flow.
You're just trying to like make it work.
Like I've had ones where like, all right, let's just say isolate porn down to just doggy style. Yeah. It's kind of like if you're filming doggy style, either the guy needs to be pretty much still and the girl's backing it up onto it, or the girl is relatively still and the guy is fucking her. And I've had girls in porn where it's like, they just so clearly did not get that at all. And I'm moving and they're moving and it's like we're bumping into each other in the hall. And it's just like...
You can't get that rhythm? It's
And I'm like, this is the kind of thing that I'm standing here banging her for 10 minutes thinking about. And like, I don't think most people have really like thought about sex to such an extent. But you know, when you sleep with somebody that sometimes it just isn't, it's not right. It's just not for you.
It's not right.
And then sometimes you sleep with somebody and it's like, wow, I could do that for 10 years.
Yeah, forever.
Although you probably don't know at that time that you could do it for 10 years.
Yeah, maybe not. But I don't know. We've never actually had sex, but when I have sex, I don't actually perform. I have like this nerve problem thing that makes me just lose my mind, you know? So sometimes I am hard, like what you're saying. You're trying to like, if you were fucking me and you had a good rhythm, I get really into it, I'm still like I die on dick, you know? But then it's fun because then I still have rhythm and we can like get at it together, you know? And then that's when you have real chemistry to me.
Yeah.
Is when you're both moving around and you're just like, so into it.
Yeah, no, because you're right. What you're describing, that works too, is like, and that's the other thing too, is like a lot of times you'll be going in and out and then she's kind of moving side to side. Or because there's things that happen in porn that don't really happen in the outside world. Like, fucking a girl and then she's going out of her way to shake her ass. Yeah. That's like rap music video shit. Like it's not something someone would really do. They're not, but it's clearly so focused. You know what it's like? It's like when you look at Instagram and you see the girls who make videos just shaking their boobs the whole time. And that would not exist if it wasn't for the fact that does good on Instagram.
Yeah, like absolutely.
And it's just kind of amazing. Like look at what we've allowed these social media companies to do to us.
I know.
Yeah. Speaking of boobs, yours have got a lot bigger.
Yeah, do you like them?
Yes, I do. When did you do that?
I got my first boob job right before I went world traveling, and then I just got them bigger again because I had to wait because I'm really small this way, so I couldn't take the biggest implant I wanted. Okay. So these are 550s now.
And you love it?
Oh, sorry, I'm on YouTube.
That's fine.
They're my favorite things ever.
Really?
Like, I'll be having a bad day and I'll look in the mirror. I'm like, God damn. I masturbate to them.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Do you ever think about how weird it is that like we as human beings that easily fooled by something that's been embedded into your body by a surgeon?
Yeah, sometimes I think about weird shit like that, and I go down to like a weird rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, what are even noses, and like, why are there some nice looking noses? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
100%.
Like, why is that? I don't get
Somebody
it.
told me to get a nose job in the comments the other day, and I was like,
No.
I've never even considered the fact that,
Now you're gonna
that
think
I
about it
could
every
do
day.
that. Like, I'm not going to do that, but wow, you just gave me something to think about, because I've never even looked at another dude's nose and thought like, oh, he's got a nice nose.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Yeah.
But I love them. Yeah, they're my favorite.
But then that trips me out too, is that there's some girls I'll look at who have like, you know, fake tits that are like this big, and it just looks stupid to me, and I could never imagine thinking of it as like a hot thing.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile I look at yours and I'm like, oh, those are hot, even though it's exactly the same thing. It's just a reasonable size.
Yeah, they're reasonable, and they're also squishy, and it's like, I had big tits to begin with. I was a big C at first.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what size I am anymore.
Really?
Because I was a double D, but then I don't know where I go.
But are your fans pissed at all?
No.
I thought that they like get married to your original look and they don't want you to change it up.
I feel like guys are always like, no, don't do it. And then you do it and they're like, oh, shit. Like they don't know what it's gonna look like. And also, in their defense, I think that maybe 10% of boob jobs look good. Like, I think that sometimes they're just weird. It wasn't the right shape. It was a bad doctor. So I think that a lot of times fans don't want you to fuck things up if you already have nice tits, because why are you like, don't touch them, you know?
Yeah.
But I waited till I was 30.
But I'm sure the amount of attention you get just walking around is way different, right?
Yeah, but Johnny always tells me this. I really don't notice.
You don't notice?
I don't notice.
Where your head's in the clouds, you're not.
Yeah, I think that everyone's just being nice to me, I think. I don't know. So I'm always like, hi to everybody. So if they look at my tits, then, you know.
Right.
So I don't know.
Interesting. Would you ever go the BBL route like people talk about? Or
I don't know.
You're too small?
My ass is like my money maker, you know, so I'm afraid.
You'd be scared to toy with it?
Yeah, and like I can control the size of my ass. Like, I fluctuate a lot. If I just gain weight and work out, I have a big old donk, so.
Right.
Or I can be thin and whatever, so yeah.
Interesting. So are you still stoked on shooting for mainstream companies, or you've transitioned to doing a lot of OnlyFans? I
really haven't shot in the last couple of years. I'm here. I'm going to shoot I shoot like off and on for browsers. Not really.
Really?
I don't really like it that much anymore, I guess.
Doing the mainstream stuff.
But I've always really loved porn. Like, I'm a porn fan as far as, like, I really enjoy it. I have fun on set. I really like the people. So I have nothing negative to say about porn after 9 years in it.
Right. What is it that makes you not like it so much then?
I guess I'm just like live in Hawaii now, you know, and you just get comfortable, and like I have all my animals over there, and it's just long days. OnlyFans is so fun because you just show up, you bang your friends, you go home. It's like it's a chiller experience.
Yeah.
And you get paid so much fucking more.
Right.
Like, I can't imagine how much money I've made these companies over the years, you know. But I'm not stoked about it. I'm like,
because it's good promotion, right?
Yeah, it's good promotion. That's what like, you know, Brazzers Contract Girl. At least I'm like out there, and then my OnlyFans.
I had to tell a girl that the other day because she told me how much she was getting offered by a mainstream company to shoot from. And I was just like, listen, I know it ain't that much, but I listed like a few different girls. I'm like, Emily Willis. Yeah. She's huge. Yeah. I mean, she didn't get huge by accident, and I'm not denying that she probably would be pretty fucking big on her own if she had never fucked with a porn company.
Yeah. Oh no.
But like the porn companies blew her the fuck up hella fast by using their huge social platform to promote her. I mean,
that's the whole point.
You know, like that fucking $1,000 they're paying you. I know it doesn't seem like much compared to your OnlyFans money. Yeah. But if they're even just gonna post you on Instagram and Twitter a couple of times, never mind the people who pay to see their content. I mean, it's like
it's a marketing plan.
Biggest promotional opportunity you could get.
Yeah, you would pay for that marketing. Yeah. And you're going to get paid to
all you got to do is get fucked. Yeah. One time. What are we talking about? Yeah. Now, there is also the question of overexposing yourself. There are some girls on OnlyFans who do really, really good, and you head on over to Pornhub and you search their name and you can't find shit. Which, to me, as a porn consumer, I feel like I'm pretty logical. Like I don't bootleg stuff. I just never got into that. I know some people do that, but if a girl has like really great quality professional shit for free on the tube sites, that makes me a little less likely to want to cop the OnlyFans.
Yeah,
right?
Well, yeah, of course that makes sense.
But so that's an interesting like concept. Is like, is a girl better off flooding Pornhub with her content so that she just gets more viewers, or is she smarter to keep her content that's on there kind of limited?
Yeah, but I make a lot of money on Pornhub.
Yeah, that's true too. Once you've built up a catalog, yeah.
Until that whole drama, I don't know what's happening with that.
Oh, what, you pulled out?
No, with the Pornhub drama.
In terms of them having all kinds of...
Should we not talk about that?
But you're referring to like them having all this stuff with minors on the site. And
yeah,
everything?
that small thing.
No, yeah, that's a big thing. But when we signed up for it with Plug Talk, I'm pretty sure it was really easy to sign up before, and I'm pretty sure it's really fucking hard now.
Yeah.
Because it's
to be in the model program?
Yeah, because like I think
so.
that
You guys would be fine.
No, we got it, but it just took us a while because I feel like they make you upload a shitload of documents. Which, to be fair, listen, if you run a fucking porn site where people are allowed to upload whatever, I mean, no.
But that's how it's been, right?
Yeah, and that just seems insane to me. Of course, there's gonna be fucking children on there. Of course, people are going to do this.
Yeah, I know.
How could you not have thought about that? And I know that, because accepting any kind of liability for the content is on there, that is kind of sets up the snowball of you eventually being held liable in court. But to me, it's like if I own a fucking porn site, the number one thing that we got to do is make sure that we have an age verification process and that there's nobody getting raped or that there's not revenge porn, you know?
But remember, it's like porn. Like YouTube is the same way though. Like remember the adpocalypse on YouTube when Nike was running ads on like some awful hate crime or something, and then everyone pulled out. It's the same thing. Like I don't understand, and I'm not saying I agree with Pornhub. I just having a conversation. Like how could they ever vet? Like how could they ever go through? Like how many videos are really uploaded to Pornhub or to YouTube?
But that's the thing with OnlyFans is you have to tag every single person that's in every single video.
Yeah.
Which to me that solves the problem, right?
Yeah. If you can, to have an account and all the things.
Mostly
and IDs
solves the problem. Yeah. But I mean, even the adpocalypse was fucking bullshit because they had one song that had the N-word in the title that had an Adidas ad on it or a Nike ad or some shit, and these journalists were able to present this as if this was a huge problem. And I know for me personally, it took my income down by 90% at that time.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, it tanked.
Because you were on YouTube at the time as well.
Yeah, and we were on YouTube at the same time, but we never were monetized. But I'm
really?
just I love YouTube and that whole thing. I remember when PewDiePie got in trouble for that whole thing. That hurt the adpocalypse too. I feel like.
Yeah.
But is it back? Or you make is it back? That's good.
Yeah, it's solid again for sure. There was a few years there where it was really rough, but I was just count myself as being super lucky because I've interviewed YouTubers who basically make approximately the same content that we do, who have terrible luck with monetization.
Yeah.
So I fucking thank God.
Yeah, good for you.
I don't blame God, but
that's good.
Thank whoever.
Thank God. Yeah, you don't believe God.
I say in my Jesus shirt. Although
and
to
your
be fair,
upside down cross.
and the devil is I think on the shirt as well. So
that's pretty cool.
All right. So in terms of where you're at in your life, I mean, you're somebody who you've embraced the social media side of things and everything. Where do you see your career going, and what are you excited about in terms of the whole adult world, or outside of it?
I want to start, besides adult stuff, I want to start a cooking show. And then me and Johnny are working on a really, really, really exciting NFT project.
Really?
I don't know if you're into that or anything, but yeah, it's kind of going to be like a Bored Ape style PFP project, but with Johnny. And I have I'm the project manager, and I have a DC Marvel, a famous artist, doing all the art, and it's really sick.
So it's just going to be him?
It's a Johnny. Yeah, it's like a John. We're going to call them Johnnies. It's Bored Ape.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like that, but with Johnny as the character instead. And because how he's this, Johnny's fucking huge on the internet. Johnny still ranks higher on Google Trends, on Google Analytics. He ranks higher than Bored Ape Yacht Club, kills them. So, and the whole industry, the whole NFT community is really excited about the project, so it should fucking kill it.
So is it gonna be one of the NFTs is his face is tie dye and it's melting off? And
yeah, but we're going more of a route because his big meme is that he's
has every
a doctor,
occupation.
lawyer. Yeah, so a lot of the outfits and a lot of the traits they call them are different professions, and then there's different funny ones, and then there's tips to NFT community stuff, but it's really well done. We're really excited about it. We actually had it ready, but then the fucking market took a crash.
Right.
So, but it's coming back up, and it will be. We're gonna do it.
You're
soon.
not scared of when you see somebody like Lana Rhoades who got crazy backlash?
Her fucking rug pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
She doesn't want to shit on other girls.
No, that was a rug pull. That was a rug pull, and it made the whole industry, it made the whole community look really, really bad.
The worst part about it is that she didn't seem like she was smart enough to understand what she had done.
Yeah, for God's sakes, And
I don't mean that to be mean or anything, but it's when she was describing it, it was yeah. That's what they're mad about.
That's what they're mad about.
You pulled all the money out and you kept it because you wanted it, and you screwed over your fans. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and the explanation was People were mean to me, so I quit. I'm not doing it anymore. But I think she made 1.2 million on the mint itself.
Yeah.
And people were really sad, and it's really sad. Like in the Discord, you could go and see everyone was like, "Just come back, like just give us anything. We just want to support you." You know,
right.
like you couldn't. She didn't even have to offer any utility, but there was all this utility about how you could like meet up with her and all this stuff. Like, why give that utility? You know,
why do
it
all
could just
these
be
things,
a cool trading card.
All these things that you know that nobody's ever gonna do.
Yeah.
That's one thing that pisses me off. It's like, we're gonna let you in exclusive clubs and parties.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, all the in the metaverse for like okay, 5 years. Like,
I mean,
sick.
yeah, and I try to be like open-minded to these things,
Yeah.
but okay, but that's an interesting thing to talk about. So she, famously came into the industry, made a huge splash. Everybody loved her. She's like one of the hottest girls to get into porn in years.
I think ever.
Yeah. And then she kind of like exits the game, and she's got a lot of bad memories about a bunch of stuff that she felt like was not 100% on the up and up. Like the biggest example being the whole thing where she had it proposed to her on set. Do you want to drink this piss? Like the guy pissed in a fucking bowl, and like she just agreed to it. And then later on was basically like, I didn't know I could say no, that kind of thing, which I could definitely empathize with the position that she was in, where she might not have been confident enough to say no. But then at the same time, I've never been on a porn set like that. On the porn sets I go on, it feels like nobody wants anyone to do anything that they're not comfortable with.
Yeah, but that set is kind of like that. And, I kind of have a controversial opinion about consent. I don't actually think it's controversial, but I feel like because I'm a very rough performer, and so I'm very scared that if people aren't going to tell me before, during, or after that I'm doing something that's offending you, like I really don't know how to know that. Like I'm trying my best, but like I think that we need to, and I understand she was scared at first, and I'm on her side for that, but I think that we need to be more forward. Like if you don't want to drink someone's piss, like just you should say that. Like next time, like I'm not trying to victim blame her or anything, but
definitely
consent is a big deal.
If you're shooting porn with somebody, should everything already be laid out on the table? Like, because we always do the thing before we shoot Plug Talk where we say, do you have anything on your no list?
Like, what do you not like?
And like the girls always say stuff that's basically unnecessary to say. Like
don't stab me.
Or don't stick your finger in my ass. Like obviously we would, if this was an anal scene, we would have talked about that beforehand. Or if, or they'll say, the obvious stuff like, don't pull my fucking wig out or whatever. Like, little stuff like that. But I think that is probably the precedent that porn should have in general. Is that if there's,
don't we?
I think so for the most part, yeah. But if there's anything outside of like regular sex that is going to be happening, it should probably be discussed beforehand.
Yeah, and even if you change your mind halfway through and you want to take one of those things off the table, like cut and say it. Or even if you felt pressured, like let me know. I just don't know. Like I need to know when.
Yeah, but because that is kind of the thing. Like, I mean, porn is the hottest when it feels real and it feels like you're actually just doing something that you want to be doing. The best thing that I ever filmed, I think, was New Year's Eve, like 4 years ago, and I came back from the club with me and my girl and Riley Reid and Gina Valentina and this girl Abby, and we fucking all just banged the shit out of each other on the floor in the kitchen. And the other day I went and looked it up online. Like I actually searched my own name, like New Year's threesome or some shit on Google, found it. I should not be telling people how to do that. Go to my girl's OnlyFans if you want to see it. But I'm like, because it really was real. Like
Did
we really
jerk off?
Yes, we really like to my own dick. We really went to the club and got fucked up, and then went back to the house and filmed a great
that's
scene.
real shit.
That was the real shit.
Yeah.
But also, it's like that's if that wasn't like already planned out, it would be totally inappropriate. Yeah, because you just and even in retrospect, I would totally think twice before posting that.
Yeah, because of the alcohol or whatever.
Yeah, just you don't want people to. I had a girl drinking a Truly on an episode of Plug Talk, and we're all talking like, should we blur it out?
Yeah,
even though it's like. It's such a microscopic amount of alcohol.
But still, you never know nowadays, man. Fucking shit.
Who knows how many other Truly she has? Yeah. Okay. So, Kissa Sins.
Yeah.
How many sins would you say you commit in an average week?
Probably all of them.
Adultery. Check. Yeah. I don't even know most of the sins.
I don't either.
You ever kill someone?
I know that overeating is one, and I definitely do that. Did I what?
Really? You ever kill someone?
No, but I wouldn't mind.
Really?
Yeah, but only if they were like a bad guy. Like if someone is trying to rape you, like I kind of do want the experience once in my life to like fucking murder them.
Yeah, getting a body that you feel 100% justified in.
Yeah, like he's gonna kill you. He's on top of you, raping you.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Or what about a guy breaks into your house? It's not even that forward. He's just standing in your living room.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, but there's the question. I'm not gonna ask you if you have a gun because that's secret. But you wake up in the middle of the night. There's a guy standing in your fucking living room.
Like a stranger.
You have a gun in your hand. He doesn't have a gun. Do you shoot him in the head because you know that you can get away with it legally? Or do you like point it at him and like walk him out and call the cops?
I don't think...
I think I'm just going for the body. I probably will regret saying that if this ever happens, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be like, no, you're done. You came in my house. It's over. We're not talking anymore.
No, if they're in the fucking house, I can't. I think as a woman, I can't walk someone out. He's going to do a fast one and overpower me. And then
he probably knows karate.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Maybe I'll shoot him in I'm probably just blasting because I have a shotgun, so I would just spray it once, and I think that the shotgun is really cool because it's just like the warning sound, when they're outside the door. But yeah, I'll blast someone if they're in my fucking house, like
shoot the
trying
dick
to attack
off.
me. Yeah,
they'll make a movie about you.
Yeah, I mean, like, porn star.
Exactly. Yeah.
Porn star.
Oh, I like that because it's so simple. Like there should have been a lot of movies called that.
I know.
I mean, there might be one from like back in the day, but I like that.
Let's shoot it.
Good idea. Shoot this guy's dick off.
We're gonna get arrested for this.
No, but
podcast.
I think you should shoot the dick of like your lover off.
Whoa.
Not that I actually want you to shoot Johnny's dick off, but from a movie.
So you want to shoot?
No, but for a movie.
Yeah, why isn't that a movie?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you shoot some random guy's dick off, who the fuck cares, right? But if you shoot your lover's dick off.
Because he cheated on you?
Something like that.
What was that lady's name?
Lorena Bobbitt. I was just talking about this with the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't she throw it out the window, too?
Into like a cornfield, yeah, and they
found
it and they sewed it back on, yeah.
What do you think it looks like?
There was a whole documentary about this that I didn't watch. Yeah. What do I think his dick looked like?
Like, no, what do you think it looks like now? Like that they, because imagine reattaching.
But he did porn after that.
Oh, so we can see what his dick looks like.
They offered him a bag and he did it. I feel like I've talked about this on here enough that I need to actually watch it.
We should watch it.
You should shoot with him.
We should.
Hey, Lena, I got this guy I want you to shoot with.
Hear me out.
His dick might have a bunch of scars on it, but
I feel like it's like yellow or like discolored.
Oh.
This took a turn.
You ever break a guy's dick?
No, but I've gotten close.
Really? I'm always scared.
I rock on it. It's when it's not hard that it's dangerous. Like when you push a rope and you're like, yeah, just put it in, just trust me. I'm like, no.
Yeah. The other day I was like filming something where the girl's like riding me but facing away from me, and it was like she just could not figure out what angle she was gonna have to go to in order for this to work. And I'm just thinking like, I feel like you're gonna break my dick if it's like, and that's why like a lot of times it looks better to just let the girl ride your dick. But then, like, I'll get that feeling, and I'm like, no, I have to, like, hold on to her ass to make sure that she doesn't do any weird movements, But as a porn star, you don't really want to be, like, covering her ass with your hands.
No, but you can make it look like you're just so into it. Because there's guys in our industry that have broken their dicks.
Yeah, I've heard all about it.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
I had a homie back in the day, and he sent me a picture of his whole ball sack was, like, purple.
He sent that to you?
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't really know him that well, so I was a little surprised at the time. But
really, those are fucking purple ass balls.
Yeah,
though, dude.
He broke his dick, and then his whole balls, like somehow all the blood, like just rushed to his balls.
That's awful.
That would be the worst couple of months off that I ever had.
Ever.
Break it.
Don't do it.
God, I feel like I'm jinxing myself. If you guys see me take like a 3-month hiatus, you'll know something went wrong.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Never talk to anyone again.
It's never happened to Johnny?
No.
Thank God.
It sometimes we'll get caught, in a really rough, but not in general.
Right. Okay. We got to protect the crown jewels.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure. How long are you in town?
2 weeks.
Oh, we're totally going to bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Oh, okay. Then we have plenty of time. Yeah. We can just schedule it for once I get back from this New York trip tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be really fun.
So that's something for the people out there to keep an eye out for. Onlyplugtalk.com.
Yeah. Not Google.
What's your OnlyFans, since I know that you want people to swim on?
It's onlyfans.com/Kissa Sins.
KISSASINS or SINNS?
KISSASINS.
Okay. I like how you were momentarily unsure how to spell your own last name.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
For sure. Thank you so much. Kissa Sins, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, etc. Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.